What is up, my Fin fam? This is the Hafley era. Take 2. That's right. We got new things to look forward to in Miami, in South Florida. And we're going to talk about it. Now that all of our coaches are in place, we saw the last piece fall into place yesterday. We tried to talk about it a little bit, but the computer was acting dumb. So here we are, and we're going to break it down for you. We might run a little bit of a mock draft today because the Hafley-Sully era down in South Miami has officially begun. Toughness, trust, and belief. That's what these guys plan on building this team off of. So we're going to break it down. The coaches, how they exemplify those 3 traits. And then let's look through the players that exemplify those 3 traits. Here's Jeff Hafley to explain a little bit more about what exactly he looks for.
I've kind of had the core beliefs which we're going to instill in this football team, into the players and into this organization. And the first one is trust. And a lot of people use that word lightly. I don't. And I think right now in the world we live in, a lot of people are slow to trust. It might be you, it might be the players, and that's all right, because I'm going to earn it. The next thing that I believe in is belief. And I think this is really powerful. Because it's a hard world right now where people read stuff, they see stuff, and you'd be surprised on how much insecurity there is with players, with coaches, with everybody. And I'm going to let those players know that I believe in them. And in turn, what you're going to see a group of guys that believe in themselves. And that becomes powerful. Because when they start to believe in themselves and our team starts to connect with each other, then look out. Because you get that connection, and then we want to talk about accountability, then we have accountability. And accountability is love. And it's an extreme level of accountability. And when we build a standard and it starts to become real, the player will start to hold themselves accountable. But that's going to start with me. And the final thing that I'm going to talk to them about every single day is toughness. That's physically, that's mentally, that's everything that we do. And it's a toughness that thrives on competition. And it's a toughness that reflects the people and the spirit of the city of Miami.
Well, all right, hey, Ron, it's been great talking to you.
I just think everything else in it fits so perfectly for the Miami Dolphins right now, because we are in a year where we can change our logos, change our uniforms, and we need the old look back. We need to rally as fans and demand that these Miami Dolphins, that Sully and Ross and Hafley can fight for the old look back, right? We want that logo. We want that logo back. Y'all see it down in the bottom corner. We want that old logo back. We want to go back to the old style, back in the early 90s, right? Late 80s when, I can't really say late 80s, but early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, when this team was tough. When this team had one of the best defenses in the league, right? I mean, let's be real. True Dolphin fans know. Even Hafley was talking about it on his Peter Schrager interview back in the days when we had Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas and Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison and you had Junior Seau in there as well, and like these guys were just on the field wreaking havoc. Tough players, tough defense. A lot of our games were won because our defense was able to get the job done and our offense didn't have to do too much. And that's what kind of gets me excited about Hafley and Sully, right? Because one of his core beliefs that he's going to instill into this locker room and instill into this Miami Dolphins culture is something that we haven't had in a long time, and that's toughness. He said it himself. Trust, belief, and toughness. And I think all three of those things kind of go hand in hand with each other. Because you got to trust each other to do their jobs. You got to trust each other to work hard. You got to believe in each other. You got to believe in yourself. All of that leads to toughness. Those three core principles is what the Miami Dolphins is going to be the foundation for the Miami Dolphins. And I'm excited for it. I want to go back to the old ways when our defense was dominating the league. Our defense was creating pressure on quarterbacks. And in a league that we're in right now with all these mobile quarterbacks, being able to bring pressure off the edge or even up the middle, just make them scramble. It's exciting. But with that being said, the type of guys that Green Bay likes are bigger types of guys on the edge. So the speed isn't necessarily there. So that's why these mock drafts are going to come in handy. Getting to know some of the players that could potentially end up on this team this year. So we will be doing some mock drafts. You saw the thumbnail. But first we gotta take a look at the coaching staff now, right? We did it the other day. We went through the coaching staff the other day, kind of a broad view from the outside looking in. We didn't do any kind of deep diving. Well, that's what we here today for, right? We're gonna do some deep diving today, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and smash that like and subscribe, especially if you're new. Trust me. This is your number one spot for Miami Dolphins info. And consistent info too. I don't flip-flop around a whole lot. Like, yes, my mind does change at times. But I'm not going to sit here and push 7 different narratives and hoping one of them right. No. Which, by the way, I do want to take a minute to say that the AFC EastieBoys this offseason so far have been your number one spot and your first on the scene for everything. I let you guys know 2 days before Mike McDaniel was getting fired and the day that he was getting fired. I even put the video out of him. It's a little joke of the day that I did. I was the one that went out there and got the interview with Tyreek Hill and gave y'all the goodies from Tyreek Hill about how Tyreek Hill himself said that he's willing to restructure the contract. I was the one that told you guys Anthony Weaver was not going to get a head coaching job. Early on I said that. I was the one that told y'all Sean Duggan was going to be the DC. I told y'all Darrell Bevell was going to go. I told y'all Bobby Sloak was going to get elevated. AFC EastieBoys was first on the scene. And we knew to the community, so I get it. I get a lot of other people are getting credit saying that they were the first on the scene. because we're new, so we don't have a whole lot of. We're not out there a lot is basically what I'm saying. So not a lot of people are seeing us. So those of you that are here with us right now, you guys are the OGs. You guys are here, been here from day one. I appreciate you guys. But this is why it's so important that we got to share the AFC Eastie Boys out there so that they get that real Dolphins content. And since we going on this, we might as well jump into it, because when we do get to 500 subscribers, we got that giveaway going on. And one of the ways that you can be entered and win in the giveaway is by sharing and commenting, liking, getting that info out there. Mike Kasecki right here. This goes out to one of y'all lucky winners right here when we hit 500 subscribers. We're going to have a special stream. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. So, I hope to see y'all there. But yes, we can move on now, right? I'll get into the commercials and stuff later. Right now we can move on, and let's talk about these coaches that we got in here and how they pretty much exemplify those 3 core principles that Jeff Hafley wants to instill in this Miami Dolphins culture. And what was that? What was that? Can anyone tell me in the chat? Trust, belief.
I've kind of had the core
toughness.
beliefs which we're going to instill in this football team, into the players, and into this organization. And the first one is trust. And a lot of people use that word lightly. I don't. And I think right now in the world we live in, a lot of people are slow to trust. It might be you. It might be the players. And that's all right, because I'm going to earn it. The next thing that I believe in is belief. And I think this is really powerful, because it's a hard world right now where people read stuff, they see stuff.
What's up, Joe?
And you'd be surprised on how much insecurity there is with players, with coaches, with everybody. And I'm going to let those players know that I believe in them. And in turn, what you're going to see a group of guys that believe in themselves. And that becomes powerful. Because when they start to believe in themselves and our team starts to connect with each other, then look out. Because you get that connection, and then we want to talk about accountability, then we have accountability. And accountability is love. And it's an extreme level of accountability. And when we build a standard and it starts to become real, the player will start to hold themselves accountable. But that's going to start with me. And the final thing that I'm going to talk to them about every single day is toughness. That's physically, that's mentally, that's everything that we do. And it's a toughness that thrives on competition. And it's a toughness that reflects the people and the spirit of the city of Miami.
A toughness that reflects the people and the spirit of Miami. So, let's start digging, right? Let's get to digging and find out exactly how tough this team is going to be. Because I have been seeing a trend on the defensive side of the ball, and that's mostly what I want to look into today, is the defensive side of the ball, because that's really where the toughness matters. Like, yes, you need to be tough on offense, but really the toughness starts on defense. So with Sean Duggan being hired as the DC, we were able to announce that move. Majority of us knew it was coming. We were kind of just waiting on the Anthony Weaver situation to unfold completely, and considering, like, most of us knew Anthony Weaver wasn't going to get a job, but since Mike LaFleur and Clint Kubiak pretty much got announced yesterday from Adam Schefter that they are going to be joining Arizona and the Raiders, that leaves Anthony Weaver head coach jobless. So no compensatory picks for the Miami Dolphins, meaning we can move on. There was a world where Anthony Weaver possibly could have stayed, but that's not taking it down to the foundation, right? You don't take it down to the foundation and start rebuilding. You don't rebuild your house by just replacing the roof. If your foundation is cracked, you're still going to have issues. So, Weaver had to go, along with a lot of the other coaching staff that we had on this team for multiple years. And there was a couple guys that got to stay, and it's mostly because like they got here last year. They had not been here through the struggles of the Miami Dolphins. Kind of Bobby Slowick was a perfect example of that. I was fighting for Bobby Slowick as our offensive coordinator last year. I was calling for it. I was calling for it last year, saying Mike McDaniel needs to hand over the reins of the offensive calling to Bobby Slowick. And, well, here we are a year later, and now he's going to be calling plays, and he's going to have free reign of calling plays here in Miami because Jeff Hafley's a defensive guy. He's going to be calling most of the defensive plays, which means Sean Duggan is going to be able to... He's not going to have a whole lot of weight on his shoulders, right? So he should be able to do a good job at coaching these guys up. And as we look through it, you can see here the defense under Sean Duggan in 2020 to 2023. Duggan was a central figure in Jeff Hafley's defensive staff at Boston College, which focused on a pro-style system emphasizing versatility and detail. His linebacker development, Duggan was highly regarded for his ability to develop linebackers during his tenure. He tutored players like Isaiah Graham Mobley and Vinny DePalma, who earned all ACC recognition. His tactical philosophy, his approach stressed small details such as precise footwork and body language during walkthroughs. So yes, dodge, dip, duck, dive. Dodge, dip, duck, dive. Right. During walkthroughs to ensure players could execute on game day without chasing opponents. His 2023 success in his final year as a co-defensive coordinator helped lead the Eagles, Boston College, not Philadelphia, to a victory over number 17 SMU in the Fenway Bowl, capping a season where the team achieved bowl eligibility for the third time in 4 years. Now, following the departure of Jeff Hafley and his staff, including Duggan, after the 2023 season, the 2025 performance under defensive coordinator Tim Lewis, the unit struggled significantly in 2025, ranking near bottom of nearly every defensive statistic or Power 4 teams and allowing 32, almost 33 points per game, ranked 122nd in the nation. So they went from a top performing team to a bottom performing team in a matter of a year. All right. So you can see here Duggan's historical impact in 2015. In 2015, Duggan also served as a graduate assistant at Boston College. That year, the defense was among the best in school history, ranking number 1 nationally in total defense, allowing 254.3 yards per game, number 2 in rushing defense, and number 4 in scoring defense. Now, if we dig a little bit deeper, right? We dig a little bit deeper. If we dig a little bit deeper, see here, Sean Duggan begins his second season with the Packers and his first as linebacker coach. This was last year. being promoted to the position on January 31st, 2025. Let me get that out of there. After spending one season with the team as a defensive assistant. Hired in February of 2024, brought 9 seasons of collegiate coaching experience to the Green Bay, most recently spending 4 seasons at Boston College, where he coached linebackers all 4 years and added co-defensive coordinator duties. As a defensive assistant with the Packers in 24, Duggan was part of a staff that helped the Packers to top 10 NFL rankings in total defense at number 5 with 314.5 per game, run defense number 7, 99.4 yards per game, scoring defense number 6 at 19.9 yards per game, yards allowed per play number 5 at 5.16 yards allowed per play. Takeaways number 4 with 31. Sacks tied at 8 with 45. This is the first time since 1996 that Green Bay finished top 10 in all 6 categories. Green Bay was one of only 3 NFL teams to allow fewer than 100 rushing yards per game and fewer than 4 yards per carry last season. Just the second time since 2000 that the Packers had accomplished that feat in a season. Green Bay moved up 21 spots in league rankings. All right. Duggan worked primarily with the linebackers last season and helped mentor linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, who earned PFWA All-Rookie honors and was the only player in the NFL to post 75-plus tackles, 13-plus TFLs, 3-plus sacks, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in 2024. Cooper became the only rookie in the league to hit those marks over the past 25 seasons and posted the most tackles for a loss by a Green Bay rookie since Clay Matthews in 2009. Duggan also worked with linebacker Quay Walker, who posted a team-high 102 tackles, 72 of them solo, and an average of 5.54 solo tackles per game, number 5 in the league among players with 10-plus starts. So to me, that sounds like he's training some tough players who are trusting the process and believing in themselves that they can get it done. If y'all want to join in on the chat, I can share the invite with you guys. Or you can go onto our profile page and click that Discord link and join the Discord, and then hop up into the tavern if you want to join in on the conversation. During his 4 seasons at Boston College, Duggan was a part of a staff that helped lead the Eagles to bowl eligibility in 3 of the 4 seasons, including a 2023 campaign that was capped off with a win over number 17 ranked SMU in the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. 23, Duggan tutored linebacker Vinny DePalma, who earned 3rd-team All-Atlantic Coast Conference honors and leading the team and ranking number 8 in the ACC with a career-high 93 tackles, 41 of them solo. DePalma earned All-ACC honorable mention in 22 under Duggan's tutelage after pacing the team with 87 tackles, 49 of them solo. In 2021, Duggan worked with linebacker Isaiah Graham Mobley, who ranked number 5 on the team with 52 tackles, 34 of them solo, despite missing 3 games due to injury. Graham Mobley went on to sign with the Carolina Panthers as an undrafted free agent and was with the team during the 22 season. Duggan worked with current Packers linebacker Isaiah McDuffie at Boston College in 2020 as McDuffie ranked number 2 in the conference and number 5 in the nation with a career high 107 tackles, 54 of them solo, on his way to earning second team All-ACC recognition. The Eagles moved up 52 spots in nation rankings in total defense, number 73 in 2020 after finishing number 125 in 2019, as they allowed nearly 62 fewer yards per game than the previous season. Duggan spent 2019. So you seen an immediate impact Duggan got there in 2020, and then 2019 Duggan spent his season as a graduate assistant at Ohio State, where he was part of a defensive staff that helped the Buckeyes ranked number 1 in the nation in yards allowed per play, total defense, passing defense, and sacks. The Buckeyes ranked number 4 in the nation in scoring defense, allowing nearly 12 fewer points per game than they did in 2018. Sean Duggan. This is our new defensive coordinator, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys seeing a trend here? He's stepping into buildings and immediately making an impact. And now this is our defensive coordinator, who is got an easy job because our coach is a defensive guy who already plans on calling the plays. So Duggan can focus on doing what he's good at, right? Focus on doing what he's good at and coaching these guys to be tough, physical players that trust the process and believe in the hype. Believe in the process. Trust the process. Believe the process. And then you will be tough. We'll build this toughness. 3 core principles for the Miami Dolphins culture moving forward, from the words of Jeff Hafley. Duggan coached linebackers at UMass in 2018, where he tutored linebacker Brighton Barr, who was named the Eastern College Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year after leading the team with a career-high 147 tackles, 56 of them solo, 10.5 tackles for a loss, and 4 sacks. Duggan also coached linebackers for 2 seasons, 2016 and 17, at the University of Hawaii, where he mentored linebacker Jaylani Tavai, who earned first-team All-Mountain West honors and posted a team-high 129 tackles, 86 of them solo, in 2016, and linebacker Gerald Garcia Williams, who went on to play in 11 games as a rookie for the Denver Broncos in 2017. Duggan began his coaching career in 2015 as a defensive graduate at his alma mater, Boston College, where he was part of the staff that helped the Eagles rank number 1 in the nation in total defense, number 2 in rushing defense, number 4 in scoring defense. As a player for the Eagles 2011 to 2014, Duggan appeared in 45 career games and was voted team captain as a senior in 2014. He played 11 games with 4 starts in 14, posting 36 tackles for a BC defense that ranked number 2. So all through his career so far, even though some of it's college, he's going to places, he's immediately making an impact, and when he leaves, they feel it. The dip happens. They go back to being what they used to be and not what they were when Duggan was running things. So our linebackers and our edge rushers should be tough. They should be physical based on what it looks like, the type of coach we're going to get from Sean Duggan. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, he's got an easy job. He's got an easy job. Jeff Hafley is going to be calling the plays. All this guy has to do is get them coached up and prepared. Get them coached up and prepared. Should be easy. Should be easy. We got some players for it. All I got to do is draft a few more. We're going to go over that. We're going to do some mock drafts. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Who else do we got? Who else do we got? Oh, we just hired another guy. Al Washington, right? Al Washington. Al Washington. This is another newer hire. He got picked up over the weekend, Friday evening, got added to the staff, and he is in the linebacker coach. The linebacker coach. So as we look through this guy, Al Washington, who has recently left Notre Dame to become the linebacker coach for the Miami Dolphins, he joins the staff of newly appointed Dolphins head coach Jeff Hafley. Washington, born April 22nd, 1984, was a standout defensive tackle at Boston College before transitioning into coaching. He has held various coaching positions at several major college football programs before moving to the NFL. So this guy is completely green when it comes to NFL coaching. We're going to be his first NFL coaching job, but I think that's okay. I think that is okay, right? And here's why. We do have others that are green that I'm worried about, but I think this one is okay, and I'm going to explain why. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe down in the comments. Thank you, Daniel Tarrant, with the sub. Go check out our links in the profile. If you want to hop up here and join the conversation, you join our Discord. The link is in the profile page. You'll also see some other cool links down in that profile page as well. We got a Macari shop. We got Dolphins Cancer Challenge going on. And if you're feeling generous, there's a PayPal there as well. Anyways, so let me tell you why this is okay, being the fact that he's completely green and completely new to the Miami Dolphins, or to the NFL in general, right? He's been coaching through college. You can see it up here, his coaching experience. But he's been coaching through college, and this is why I feel like it's okay that he doesn't have any NFL experience, right? Because we just went through it. We got Jeff Hafley as our head coach, who's a defensive guy. He's going to be calling the defensive plays, okay? We brought Sean Duggan in as our defensive coordinator, okay? Well, this guy already has an easy job. He doesn't have to really worry about calling plays and all of that. So what he can do now is he can focus on coaching up the players and training this new linebacker coach, right? Because Sean Duggan has been a linebacker coach going through. So this guy's going to be able to not only coach up these players, but he's going to be able to focus on coaching up this new coach in Al Washington that's coming into the NFL, so that he can get his feet wet, and he's got a good teacher. I after reading Sean Duggan's resume, going through it, I believe this guy's a perfect fit for our defense, and definitely exemplifies trust, belief, and toughness. And I think this is a sign from Jeff Hafley for Sean Duggan, with Jeff Hafley showing that he trusts and believes in Sean Duggan, that he can take this new green NFL head coach and train him up and get him prepared. So that's why I think this one is okay. Remember, I said we do have other coaches that we hired that are pretty green and new to the NFL that I'm worried about, but I feel like this one will be okay. Because he's going to have a great teacher helping him out along the way. And if this team really is going to be what they want it to be, a trusting, believing, tough, physical team, then it should definitely work out. They'll be picking each other up and helping each other out along the way. But let's continue looking through what he did do in his college experience, because it's not bad, to be honest. You can see here in Notre Dame, at the start of his career, Boston College, various roles, running back, defensive line, special teams from 2012 to 2016. And then 2017, Cincinnati, defensive line coach. 2018, Michigan, linebackers coach. 2019 and 21, Ohio State, linebackers coach. Notre Dame, defensive line coach, linebackers coach, defensive run coordinator in 22 to 26. During his time at Notre Dame, Washington's defensive line unit contributed to a defense that led the nation in turnovers gained and ranked among the top in scoring and rushing defense. He previously worked with Jeff Hafley at Ohio State in 2019, where the defense led the nation in total defense and passing yards allowed. He is now an NFL assistant for the first time in his career. An assistant. This is why I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what this report says. This gives me anything good. It doesn't give me anything good. I was trying to look up his time. He spent a lot of time at Notre Dame. Can we look up this team? Alright. What are some key players? Well, what are some key players? It's not a whole lot to go off of for this guy. So, as a coach at Notre Dame from 22 to 25 and Ohio State 2019 to 2021, Al Washington has mentored several high-profile defenders who went on to the NFL and earned All-American honors. Isaiah Foskey, Notre Dame's all-time leading sack artist, 26.5 career sacks. Washington coached him during his record-breaking 2022 season, where he earned a consensus All-America honors and was a second-round NFL draft pick. Howard Cross III, a cornerstone of the Irish interior defense. Cross earned FWAA second-team All-American honors and was a Bednarik Award semifinalist under Washington's tutelage in 23 and 24. Riley Mills, a standout versatile lineman who became a team captain and second team All-American. He was selected in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft by the Seattle Seahawks. Javonte Jean-Baptiste, a graduate transfer from Ohio State who flourished under Washington at Notre Dame in 2023, leading the team to tackles for a loss 9.5 and sacks 4 before being drafted by the Washington Commanders last year. Happy Evelyn, I understand. I really truly do understand your sentiment with that, but I think Ross has gotten out of his own way. I think that was a sign. When he went out and got Troy Aikman, in my opinion, that was a sign of him getting out of his own way and letting the football guys run the football team and him just be the money man. So I do believe you have hope that things are actually going to turn around, because did we not do it right this time? Are we not doing it the right way, right? Tearing everything down to the foundation to fix it. All the way down to the foundation to fix it. They didn't just patch the roof and leave the foundation cracked. No. They tore it all the way down to the foundation so that they can fix the foundation and then rebuild everything else back up for a much longer lasting, sustainable security. Or in this case, football team. We did it right this time, and Ross got out of the way. That's why he went and hired a guy. That's why he went out and hired football minds and let them make the decisions. And Sully stated in his pressers multiple times, and he stands on this, when it comes to football decisions, he will be the one making the decisions. It's not going to be a consensus from the collective anymore. It's not going to be a matter of, oh, well, Garfinkel doesn't like this. Well, guess what? Sully doesn't care what Garfinkel doesn't like. Make sure y'all smash that like and subscribe. Because guess what? We're going to keep it 100% real with you about these Miami Dolphins. But at the same time, you can still be hopeful. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty in 2026. We all know that. But, you know, sometimes you make it the dirtiest before you can actually get it clean. And that's what we're doing right now. It's going to get really, really muddy. But then it's going to be super squeaky clean. Babakor Traore. I'm sorry if I'm so positive I butchered that name. Babakor Traore. Emerging as a key talent on the edge. Traore was a semifinalist for the Cornerback Player of the Year in 2025 after leading all FBS freshmen in sacks early in his career. Here's some key players at Ohio State. We got Pete Warner, a 2020 Butkus Awards semifinalist and first team All Big Ten selection. He was a second-round pick by the New Orleans Saints. Baron Browning, a versatile athletic linebacker who became a high-impact starter for the Denver Broncos after being selected in the 3rd round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Malik Harrison, a first-team All-Big Ten selection in 2019 who was drafted in the 3rd round by the Baltimore Ravens. Are any of these guys standing out to y'all? We got Tough Borland, a 3-time captain for the Buckeyes and an All-Big Ten performer who went on to play for the Minnesota Vikings. Steel Chambers, originally a running back, Washington oversaw his successful transition to linebacker in 2021 where he earned all Big Ten honors. So he should be coming, that would be a good guy, because if he transitioned cleanly from being a running back to a linebacker, it's got to be fast, right? That's an interesting, I'm going to have to look into that guy. Let me write his name down. I need to write this name down. Steel Chambers. I'm gonna look into him. We're going to look into him at some point. Not today, but I will look into him. Tommy Eichenberg. Washington began to develop the development of Eichenberg, who eventually became one of the most prolific tacklers in recent Ohio State history. Additional mentorships: Devin Bush, Michigan. During his 1 year at Michigan, 2018, Washington coached Devin Bush to a consensus All-American honors and the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year award before he became a first-round NFL pick. Harold Landry at Boston College. While coaching the defensive line at BC in 2016, Washington mentored Landry, who led the nation with 16.5 sacks. So again, tough, physical defenses, stingy defenses, defenses that pressure the quarterback, find ways to get pressure to that quarterback, find ways to plant him on his ass. And that's why I feel like this guy, not having any kind of NFL experience, I think we're going to be okay. Because like I said, he's got a good mentor going to be helping him in Sean Duggan, who doesn't have the full responsibilities of being the defensive coordinator. He gets to be the defensive coordinator, but not have the full responsibilities, because he's going to have Jeff Hafley there, who's going to be calling the plays. And that's going to be the difference in this team. It's not going to be a matter of pointing fingers like we were last year, right? That's what we were doing a lot of, and it seemed like we just kind of worked our way to that, pointing fingers at everybody. Like it wasn't a matter of we're all working together to complete our job. It was a matter of we were all working to complete our jobs, and we just happened to be together. And for anybody who's worked in a group and worked with people and done things like, and if you've worked in different groups, you definitely see how it can be different when people are working together to complete the task compared to working together. Like, that don't make sense. I'm thinking about it. It does, but it doesn't sound like it. I'm just barfing words out at you guys. Don't worry. What's up, bud? Oh my gosh. You got all the ornaments hanging on you. Alright, you're silly.
Mom, can you pop my shelf for me?
Alright, so another one that I wanted to look at, because he really exemplifies this culture that Jeff Hafley wants to bring in, a stingy, physical, tough culture, is Ryan Downard. I was looking through his the other day. I was looking through his stats the other day, his college career, or his career the other day, and it looked pretty impressive. And we're going to go over it. It did look pretty impressive, and we're going to go over it. But before we get into that, we got to get through all the boring stuff. That's right. Your AFC Eastie Boys regularly scheduled commercials begin now. Y'all can see it up there. That QR code up in the top right corner. Oh, yeah. That's for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. We're less than 1 month away from the 5K. We're less than $25 away from our first $500. And that's right. For every $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys can raise, my ass will be running a mile per day for every $500. So go ahead. Let those donations fly and make my ass sweat. Get me out there running. Although right now it's pretty cold, so that'll actually be pretty nice if my lungs will be able to breathe the cold air, that is. But yes, we're so close. We're so close to that goal. And I know that we're also so close to tackling cancer, right? With the advancements in modern medicine and technology, it's just a matter of time before they find the cure. They figure out how to tackle it. But unfortunately, it takes time and money to do that. Resources, people to do it, all of that. So that's why places like Dolphins Cancer Challenge put these fundraisers out there to try and help collect and raise some money. This will be their 16th year. They're looking to raise $100 million since year one. So congratulations to them. They should have no problem hitting that goal. So yeah, so if you can, there's no donation too big or too small. Just go ahead and hit that QR code and make a donation today. And if you don't like using the QR code, you can go head over to our profile page and you can find the link in our profile page. You'll also find the link to our Discord in that profile page. The Discord is definitely a place that you want to be plugged into for the AFC Eastie Boys. It's your one-stop shop. Basically, 24/7 access to the AFC Eastie Boys. If you got questions, most likely one of us will answer the question. Also, there's other people in the community. They could answer the question for you as well. We like to talk football. We like to talk life. We like to talk bets and parlays. All that good stuff. It's also where you want to be plugged in if you want to be eligible to win any of the giveaways that we do. It's also where you want to be plugged into if you ever want to get up on the live stream with the AFC Eastie Boys and speak your mind. Like, consider it like a call-in show almost. Yes, so you want to be plugged into the Discord for that. The 500 followers. We got the giveaway going on right now for 500 followers. 500 subscribers. When we hit that mark, we got that Mike Gesicki autograph photo going out to one lucky person. Super easy. Obviously, you want to make sure you're subscribed. You obviously want to make sure you're subscribed and plugged into the Discord. And then after that, start liking, commenting, sharing. Anything you can. Spread the love. Get them AFC Eastie Boys out there. And we're going to pick one of y'all lovely viewers and we're going to send it out to you. Another link that you will find down there is Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Great place to do some gift giving shopping or just do some nerd shopping. Straight up, I'm telling you, man, it's definitely a great place for sports fans and nerds alike. All kinds of collectibles, cool things you wouldn't expect to find. These are things you're not going to find in your local Walmarts or Targets or even dollar stores. These are hand-picked collectibles for each and every one of y'all. It's also a place where you can get your nice AFC Eastie Boys customized jerseys. Yeah. You see, I got mine. And you can get one like it too. Just kind of send a DM in the Macari shop. Let them know that you want one of them nice AFC Eastie Boys jerseys. They're starting at $35 depending on how customized you want it. So get yours today. Don't wait till tomorrow. It'll be too late. We'll be busy making the other guy that didn't wait till tomorrow. We'll be making his jersey. You'll have to wait for yours. So go check out that shop today. The link is in the profile page. And the last link that's there. If you're feeling generous and you want to donate to the channel, there's a PayPal there. Go ahead and click that link and yeah, be nice, be friendly. We appreciate it. Now that we're done with our boring commercials, back to your regularly scheduled programming. I'm actually gonna hit y'all with a short video while I go take a quick potty break. That's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua, about a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Catndahat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee over the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And then got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score in the second half, and we're going to fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well, not a hard one to call. I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This was rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed. Anyways, yeah, so Catndahat here. Joel over there. We gonna break down wildcard weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming. Joel in the house. It's gonna be super exciting. We got some upsets for you. I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy Catndahat, he boring. Boring. Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once. Just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. We're taking it. With the Browns, the Giants have just been loser fest, and they're going to continue 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for you.
Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasy. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number one. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on the first guy. He gets past the first guy. It's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of his injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, ooh, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly!
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
You're gonna have to wait. I'm changing.
We're going to have to run it for you guys one more time, guys.
Awesome, that's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua, about a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Catndahat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee over the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And then got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score in the second half, and we're going to fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well, not a hard one to call.
I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This is rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed.
Anyways, yeah, so Catndahat here, Joel over there. We gonna break down Wild Card Weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming this weekend. It's gonna be super exciting. We got some upsets for you.
I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy, Catndahat, he boring. Boring.
Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once, just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. We're taking with the Browns. The Giants have just been loser fest, and they're going to continue 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for you.
Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasy. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number 1. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on him. The first guy, he gets past the first guy, it's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of this injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly!
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
Yo, 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 yo. We back with the flow. Looks like we got Waffles in the house too, right? Did I hear that correctly? The Royal Sun, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub. What is up, my boy? Waffles in the house. How are you doing today on this chilly South Florida day? I think he's got his volume down. He can't hear us. Oh, it would help if I turned my microphone on, huh? I'm sitting here trying to talk to Waffles, saying he can't hear us. No wonder he can't hear us, right? Turn your mic on.
Right.
Turn your mic on, Cat. What's good? How are you feeling today on this cold cold South Florida day. Look at you.
Nikolai is freezing.
Nikolai, what's up? I thought it was going to be waffles. How are you today?
Nikolai is cold as hell. Checking inventory because make big sale today.
Oh, nice. You made that sale on what? I've already filled him in on where.
Mercari. Charlie Choice Collection make big sale today. Bundle 4 items for 1 person.
Nice.
Yes, big happiness. They buy a lot of Harry Potter. They buy Harry Potter scarf times 2. 2 Harry Potter scarf. They buy Harry Potter winged ball in globe. Snitch. They snitch. They buy snitch. Can you believe? Somebody actually pay for snitch. Haha. And then one more thing. Oh, mermaid. They bought Little Mermaid that I've had for sale for 5 years now. Finally buy mermaid.
And you guys too can find some nice, cool trinkets and collectibles personally picked out for you, hand picked out for you, waiting for you on Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Again, those links are in our profile page, so make sure y'all go check them out.
I do the shopping for you.
You got any Jets news for us, Nikolai?
Oh, Jets news. Jets make lots of changes. They fucking things up big time in the world. They're talking about bringing on John Gruden as offensive coordinator. A lot of people say Woody Johnson talked to him directly. You know what that mean, right? If Aaron Glenn make big mistake, John Gruden go take his place.
Well, I mean, that might not be so bad for the Jets, right? I mean, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. John Gruden, tough man. He not exactly winning coach, but hey, he coaches all the losing teams. So why not coach the Jets too?
Yeah, you guys are also looking at Darrell Bevel as well, which
Bevel,
you guys can have him. He's our leftovers. He was the guy I was fighting. He was the guy I was fighting to get off of our team. We replaced him with Nathaniel Hackett. So,
trying to get rid of. Oh, hey, he sounds familiar. I know him,
doesn't he? He does, doesn't he? And you know what's funny about that Nathaniel Hackett? Like, because of his time that he had with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, a lot of Dolphin fans are over here trying to scream that we could end up getting Aaron Rodgers on the Miami Dolphins, which I'm not totally opposed to, right? I wasn't opposed to it last year. I was kind of like, oh, I would love to have Aaron Rodgers on our team over Tua, and I wouldn't be opposed to it this year. But at the same time, wasn't Aaron Rodgers the one that got Nathaniel Hackett fired last year?
I think so, yes.
I think so too. So for all y'all Dolphin fans out there trying to push the Aaron Rodgers narrative, we just AFC Eastie Boys yet again. We're the first on the scene to kill it for you. Sorry if we killed those hopes for you. But
Rodgers don't want to come to Miami. Not now. It's too cold now.
Yeah. He's like, if I want to be in the cold, I'll go back to Green Bay.
For real. Freezing.
But Rodgers is going to want to go to a winning. Rodgers is going to want to go to a winning team, anyways, and Dolphins are not quite there yet. So what's up? You wanna do Super Bowl preview today, or you want to schedule that later in the week? Be more prepared for it.
Let's schedule for later this week. I have a lot to do today.
Yeah.
Only day off to kind of enjoy. I took a nice big nap this morning. It was beautiful.
I know. So you work Saturday?
No, I am off Saturday.
Oh, well, see, you do have 2 days off this week then.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe we'll plan it for Saturday evening around 4 p.m. if you can do that. That was like, because the last Saturday that I was on around from like 4 to 5 ish was really good for participation and viewership and stuff. And make sure y'all go out and share the AFC EastieBoys.
I remember you
said you
had a big stream.
Yeah, that was a good stream. There was a lot of people in the building having fun. It was a good time for sure. But since we're not going to go over the Super Bowl preview today, let's continue going through the defensive side of the coaching staff for the Miami Dolphins, so Nikolai knows what he's going to be facing this year, twice this year in the Miami Dolphins, right? We've already gone through Sean Duggan and Al Washington, how they exemplify the core beliefs that Jeff Hafley wants to bring into the Miami Dolphins, that being trust, belief, and toughness. And we have people that are still...
Yes, saw the video about this man.
Yes, saw the video. Nikolai, you seem pretty in tune to NFL for being well, you know, you look like you're
Russian standard.
I was gonna say in the mob, but yeah, sure.
No, mafia, KGB.
Okay.
From Russia, with love.
I'm not gonna send you my address. I don't want any packages from you.
Only one package.
No. All right, so Ryan Downard. Now we're going to go through Ryan Downard, who is our secondary coach for the Miami Dolphins and defensive pass game coordinator. His career, let's go down through it. His coaching career starts in 2013 for the Texas Tech Toledo. He was a graduate assistant. And then 14 and 15, he was with the Cleveland Browns as an assistant coach, a defensive assistant. So started in the NFL pretty early, so he does have a little bit of NFL coaching experience. From there, he went back to college and coached with Bowling Green from 16 and 17 as a director of football operations and the safeties coach. And then 2018, he goes back into the NFL and joins the Green Bay Packers as their defensive quality control coach. 2019 to 2021 with the Packers, he was the assistant defensive back coach, and then 2022 safeties coach, and then from 23 to 25, so the last 2 years, he was the defensive back coach. So now in Miami in 2026, he's going to be the secondary coach and the defensive pass game coordinator. So
you're going to be teaching them to catch interceptions.
Yes, exactly. And this is something we've already been talking about with some of the other coaches on the list, right? On the defensive side of the ball, their teams have exemplified a stingy, tough defense. We saw it with Sean Duggan. Where Sean Duggan literally would step into a building and that defense would be immediately better. And I'm talking like they were allowing 50 to 60 less yards per game, immediate better, going from rank 25 to rank 5 in rushing defense, points allowed, things like this. Immediate
pretty good
difference. And it wasn't just one example of that, right, ladies and gentlemen? We went through it and we saw 4 different examples of him stepping into a new organization and making an immediate impact. And this is what the Miami Dolphins need. And this is going to be one of the guys helping him right here. Key coaching achievements for Ryan Downard. Secondary development. In Green Bay, he played a significant role in the development of all-pro cornerback Jair Alexander and safety Xavier McKinney. Both notable names that we know. We've heard about all recently. Defensive rankings. He was part of the 23 Packers staff that helped that defense finish the NFL's top 10 in total defense, scoring defense, and takeaways. And we talked about this earlier too when we were going over Sean Duggan, how they were top 10 in all 6 categories on defense. His pass defense consistency helped guide the Packers to 4 consecutive top 10 league rankings in pass defense from 2020 to 2023. And now he is the Miami Dolphins pass game coordinator.
The question I have for you: Do you think this man will bring tears or joy to the Miami Dolphins?
Both.
Both tears and joy. Oh no.
Tears of joy.
Oh, you mean they crying for happiness?
Yeah. So, and I'm not saying like the 2020 season is going to be that season, and I'm not saying it's exactly going to be this guy, but it's going to be the collection of the guys that are being put together right now, and this is what we've been going over, like how they are going to come together and they're going to bring this team back to its glory and back to greatness, back to being a tough.
This man make you feel happy?
Yes, he make me feel real tingly downstairs.
Then why don't you marry him?
Because I'm already married. Hopefully she's...
Oh, shit. Sorry, Ashley.
But yeah, so it's like 2026 may not be great, but we have something definitely to look forward to, because this year is all it's going to be all about finding young players, building in the draft. That's why we plan on doing mock drafts, ladies and gentlemen. Building in the draft, retaining those players, and establishing the culture, establishing the core beliefs that Jeff Hafley wants to establish into this locker room. That's literally what this year is going to be about. It's not going to be about wins or losses. It's going to be about growth and development. And y'all need to hit that fired up emoji in the chat for that. If that don't get you fired up as a Dolphin fan, you might as well go be a Jets fan.
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
If that don't get you...
We have enough sadness on our end, thank you.
If that don't get you fired up as a Dolphin fan, go be a Jets fan. So yeah, so takeaways and toughness. Basically, these guys are exemplifying that. So this defense, man, we have a whole lot to look forward to. Now the offensive side of the ball, that's complete question marks. Like we can't really gauge what the offensive side of the ball is even going to remotely look like, right? Mainly because we don't have an answer at quarterback right now, and we're not going to have an answer at quarterback, I think, until sometime after the draft. And even then, it might become a situation where we're not knowing until week 1.
This is your answer. You need man like this.
Hold on. I'm doing stuff over here. I'm looking up the next coach. I'm getting the next coach ready. I'll be there in 1 second.
You just need 2 seconds to look at video. You need men like this.
Yes, we do need a man like that. I guess, or
not that man, but man like that.
A Dan Marino would be more preferred, but Tom Brady would work also.
You don't, man.
All right, so now let's look at Jamil Adai. He's going to be the cornerback coach. He accepted a position January 29th. He joined the Dolphins as part of the coaching staff that Jeff Hafley is putting together. He spent his last 2 seasons in the same role with the Buffalo Bills. So this is another one we're snagging and taking away from the Buffalo Bills, right? So let's go and look through this guy's career and see what type of defense he has been running. Hey, show off some of the goodies, ladies and gentlemen, can be found on the Macari shop while we run through this info. I'll put you on the big
Minecraft screen. Backpack.
Oh, Minecraft backpack.
Creeper backpack. Threaded dinosaur backpack.
Don't let Caden see that.
Why? He can buy.
He would too. He so would. Alright, so All right, so Jamil Adai moves to Miami following the firing of Bills head coach Sean McDermott in 2026. Adai transitioned to the Dolphins. He joins the staff that includes offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick and special teams coordinator Chris Tabor. So he is going to have a familiar face being Chris Tabor. His success in Buffalo in 2025, Adai's unit contributed to the Bills leading the NFL in fewest air yards allowed per game, being 165.9. He is credited with the development of all-pro cornerback Christian Benford. His collegiate success before the NFL, he was the defensive back coach for the Georgia Bulldogs during their 2021 national championship season, and later served as the secondary coach for the Miami Hurricanes from 22 to 23.
Excellent. I found something you cannot buy.
No? Oh. Is that the one you just sold?
'Cause it's sold, yes, it's gone. We're starting to collect the items that need to go to the post office. Hufflepuff is popular.
Hufflepuff is popular. I want more.
Sorry, don't mean to distract from football talk.
No, you're good. I'm trying to find somewhere where I can get a more in-depth idea of the type of coach this guy is. Started in 2007 at West Virginia University, and then 2008-2009 spent 2 years in the University of Michigan, 3 years University of Cincinnati, 4 years University of Arizona, 1 year University of Minnesota, and then ended up back in Western Virginia University in 2019 and 2020, University of Georgia in 21, then 22 and 23, University of Miami. So he has jumped around a lot. His longest tenure was the University of Arizona as a defensive back / analyst, and that was 4 years. And then from there, he's pretty much either spent a year or 2 years. He's coached pretty much every position on the defense. Running backs, player development, defensive backs, defensive back coach, co-defensive coordinator, and cornerback.
Yes, I speak Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
Poquito Espanol for those cross-language listeners. All right, Nikolai is going to take a short hiatus to make his way to the events that he has to do today. He has to go to the post office, the UPS store, the storage unit, and possibly the post office again.
Well, have fun, Nikolai. It's always fun when you stop by and join us.
Thank you. I ring the bell for you.
Oh, yeah.
The bell. Ring the bell. Check, please. All right, you have a great day, Catndahat.
All right, Nikolai. Enjoy yourself.
I reach back out to you later.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay.
Peace out. All right, so let's see if we can find some more info on this guy. All right, here we go. Former Mountaineer All-Conference safety Jamil Adai in his second year at the Mountaineers defensive secondary coach. In his first year at WVU, Western Virginia University, he coached 2 All Big 12 Conference selections in Keith Washington II and Josh Norwood, and freshman All-American Tyke Smith. Washington II finished with a team leading 3 interceptions and a team tying 9 pass breakups for 12 passes defended, ranking number 23 nationally. Hakeem Bailey finished with 1 interception and tied Washington 2 for the team lead with 9 pass breakups, ranking 9 in the Big 12. Smith was second on the team in interceptions with 2, including 1 he returned to the house against Iowa State. Adai returned home to West Virginia University in January of 2019 after serving as a defensive backs coach and assisting with several special team phases at Minnesota. In 2018, his punt return unit finished number 1 in the nation at 22.3 punt return defense. I'm guessing that's 22.3 yards average on the returns. Punt return defense was number 2, 1.11, and the kickoff return unit finished number 26 nationally at 23.4. Prior to Minnesota, Adai spent 5 years at Arizona coaching the defensive backs and serving as an analyst from 2013 to 2015. Adai developed a youthful defensive secondary into some of the team's top performers. In 2017, Lorenzo Burns, Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, Scotty Young, and Jace Whitaker combined for 261 tackles, 24 pass breakups, and 12 interceptions. Tough, stingy defense. In 2010 to 2011, Adai was running back coach at Cincinnati, where he mentored all Big East second team Isaiah Peed. Peed rushed for 1,029 yards, ranking number 1 in the conference and top 10 nationally in yards per carry. That's not really relevant for us because that's the offensive side of the ball, and he's one of our defensive guys. Alright, so we need to go further on in his career. That's pretty early on in his career. Let's look a little bit deeper. Let's dig a little bit deeper on this guy, right? Let's see more recent. Oh, it's gonna have a bunch of ads every freaking paragraph. Alright, recently he joined Georgia's national championship team in 21. The Bulldogs had the number 1 scoring defense, number 1 red zone defense, and number 2 total defense. Adai went to Miami the following year and was there for 2 seasons. The Hurricanes had 25 interceptions over that span. In 2022, Adai had coached NFL draft picks Tyreek Stevenson in the 2nd round and DJ Ivey, who went in the 7th round. In 24, Adai finally got his chance in the NFL with the Buffalo Bills. In year 1 in Buffalo, Adai coached 3rd-year corner Christian Benford to earn 11 All-Pro votes, first team, 10 second team. After playing in 15 games and recording 2 INTs and 10 passes defended, the Bills' defense finished with a plus 24 turnover margin, the best in the NFL since the 2012 Patriots, who went plus 25. and the Bills allowed the fewest air yards per game and had 13 picks. The Bills recently, okay, I don't need to read that. So he's still exemplifying toughness and grit and stinginess. It's the new foundation for the Miami Dolphins. It's the new foundation for the Miami Dolphins. Y'all heard it? Y'all heard it?
I've kind of had the core beliefs which we're going to instill in this football team, into the players, and into this organization. And the first one is trust. And a lot of people use that word lightly. I don't. And I think right now in the world we live in, a lot of people are slow to trust. It might be you, it might be the players. And that's all right, because I'm going to earn it. The next thing that I believe in is belief. And I think this is really powerful, because it's a hard world right now where people read stuff, they see stuff, and you'd be surprised on how much insecurity there is with players, with coaches, with everybody. And I'm going to let those players know that I believe in them. And in turn, what you're going to see a group of guys that believe in themselves. And that becomes powerful. Because when they start to believe in themselves and our team starts to connect with each other, then look out. Because you get that connection, and then we want to talk about accountability, then we have accountability. And accountability is love. And it's an extreme level of accountability. And when we build a standard and it starts to become real, the players will start to hold themselves accountable. But that's going to start with me. And the final thing that I'm going to talk to them about every single day is toughness. That's physically, that's mentally, that's everything that we do. And it's a toughness that thrives on competition. And it's a toughness that reflects the people and the spirit of the city of Miami.
All right, football fans, listen up. Forget the trade deadline, forget the free agency frenzy, because we have the most important piece of NFL news you will hear all season.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
And if you don't agree with that, smash that like and subscribe anyways. Toughness, belief, and trust. That's what this Miami Dolphins foundation is going to be built upon. We did it right this time, ladies and gentlemen. We did it right this time. I know Stephen Ross hasn't been the best owner of a football team, but he actually got out of his own way this time. He actually got out of his own way this time, and he reached out to minds that know better, i.e. Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, etc. And let them make the coaching decisions. Let them make the football decisions, not the coaching decisions. And they went out and they brought in a guy by the name of John Eric Sullivan. We're going to call him Sully. That's what Catndahat's going to call him. We're going to call him Sully. Went out and got Sully. And in Sully's meeting, he probably had a couple stipulations. One of those being, I call the shots. I call the shots. Yes, he said it. He said it in his interview with Travis Wingfield, and he said it again in the presser. He's going to respect the opinions of the others that might have opinions to input, meaning guys like Garfinkel, Brandon Shore, Dan Marino. He's going to respect their opinions. He's going to take their opinions. But at the end of the day, the decision is not on the collective. No. That wasn't Sully's stipulation for taking this job. said that decision falls on him, meaning Sully. So whether Tom Garfinkel and Brandon Shore want to do this thing, if Sully doesn't think that it's the best for the team, he already said it. It's his decision to make. Ain't no voting process around here. No, no, no. Which is good for us as fans too, right? Because now it's going to take away that question mark about who do we hold accountable for these decisions, right? Because before it was like, oh yeah, we had Greer in the building, but it was a lot of the decisions were made from the collective, meaning Garfinkel and Brandon Shore had input, Stephen Ross would have input, etc., so on and so forth. To where, who could you point a finger at? Who could you hold accountable? Well, so far Sully's saying you're going to hold him accountable. Then he hires Jeff Hafley and brings Jeff Hafley in here. It's starting to look like Green Bay. And Jeff Hafley brings a few guys in, looking even more like Green Bay. But that's not a bad thing, right? That's not a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. Green Bay has been a winning organization for a very long time. No, they don't always win, but they consistently win. And one thing the Dolphins have not been for a very long time is a winner. Or even consistent in that matter. Now we have a chance to get both. No, 2026 is not going to be pretty, ladies and gentlemen. In the AFC EastieBoys Catndahat, I am not going to sugarcoat it for you. No, it's not going to be pretty. But it'll be pretty in a different way. Because it's going to be beautiful to watch us rebuild this organization from the ground up. We ripped it all the way down to the foundation. That's what had to happen. It wasn't just ripping a Band-Aid off and replacing it. No. We didn't just fix the roof and leave the cracked floors and the busted windows in the house. No. We tore it all the way down to the foundation. We fixed that foundation. We flattened it out. We leveled it out again. We fixed all the cracks in the foundation. And now we started building the walls back up. The coaching staff started building the walls back up, making them stronger than they were before. Because evolution is a thing. Sometimes you have to try new things to become better. We all saw it. The 2023 season, the beginning of that season was extraordinary, right? Extraordinary to say the least. Because it was something new. No one had seen it before. The only problem was he couldn't keep it innovative. He couldn't keep it innovative. No, he couldn't. Defenses caught on. And they evolved. And they got better. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it. Look who dominated the league this year. Teams with tough physical defenses. Teams that were able to rush the passer and still cover downfield. Teams that were able to win in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Teams that didn't give up even when the game was already over. And that's one of the things that Jeff Hafley said that he's going to be looking for in a player. He wants to see how they play in the fourth quarter when the game doesn't matter. We have a few guys like that. Jordan Brooks, commendable. This guy, I was watching him still in week 17, still in week 18, out there diving to try and get interceptions. That's going to be the type of player that's going to be the foundation of this defense, right? guy that's out there in the fourth quarter in week 18. Miami Dolphins season has been over for weeks, and he's still out there diving, trying to get an interception. It's going to be guys like that. Smash that like and subscribe. You know that gets you fired up. Let me get those fire emojis in the chat right now. I know that gets you fired up. Knowing that we're going to have a bunch of Jordan Brooks running around on our defense, right? Guarantee you, I'm naming it right now. Jordan Brooks, captain of the defense next year. The captain. Not a captain. The captain of the defense next year. Because he's a prime example of the type of player that Jeff Hafley explained in his interview with Rich Eisen when he was on the Rich Eisen show, and he was asked, like, what type of player are you looking for? He literally explained Jordan Brooks. Micah Parsons on the sideline, going over plays, constantly involved. He's going to be on this team. He's going to be a captain. These are the types of guys that Jeff Hafley is going to build around. Guys that put it all on the line from start to finish, even when the game doesn't matter. Winners. Yes, 2026, like I said, Catndahat's going to keep it 100% real with you. 2026 may not be pretty, but it doesn't mean that we can't be excited for it. It doesn't mean that we can't be excited to watch the growth and evolution of the Miami Dolphins. Watch how this team can get back to being relevant and fun to watch again. Make you get excited to get up on a Sunday morning knowing that you got Dolphin football to watch. Because let's be honest, right? Last year was the complete opposite of that. I hate to say it. I was not excited for our games ever. Like, there was probably a couple games last year that I was actually excited for. And I had season tickets. And unfortunately, because of last year, it was my final straw, and I got rid of my season tickets. And I didn't renew them, which kind of sucks because, like, I have confidence in this new regime, but I canceled them before all of these moves got made, and I'm excited to watch us build a new organization back to the way we used to be. Jeff Hafley said it in his interview with Peter Schrager on the Schrager Hour. He was naming, like, the Dolphins from back in the early 90s, how physical and tough that defense was, naming names like Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Patrick Surtain, Sam Madison, Junior Seau. It was a beautiful thing to watch back then. I remember playing on Madden. This is when, like, Madden had first started coming out to where you could play people online or play opponents and stuff. People would never finish a game against me playing with that 96 Miami Dolphins defense in Madden. Nobody ever finished a game against me. I don't think I finished one game against a live opponent ever, because I just couldn't score. If they'd be lucky to even get a pass off, if Jason Taylor or Zach Thomas wasn't bearing down on their quarterback. And if they did get that pass off, Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, one of them was picking it every time. It didn't matter. Couldn't score on that Dolphin defense. Don't y'all guys want to get excited for something like that again? Even if we don't do great on offense, if we can just dominate on defense, get back to the old days to where we used to just play smash mouth football on defense. That's why I miss Andrew Van Ginkel. He reminded me so much of Zach Thomas. Oh my gosh, Andrew Van Ginkel is that guy. I wish he was still on this team. He's a perfect example of the type of player Jeff Hafley is looking for, especially for this defensive side of the ball. Van Ginkel never gives up, never stops, never slows down. I need a list of names, ladies and gentlemen. Can y'all, if y'all are here now, drop me down some names for me to look through and to do some studying on for the NFL draft. I gotta put some videos together, throw some film on, and take a look at some of these college prospects that we could be getting. I already did Eli Stowers, which I'm really high on Eli Stowers. I would really like for us to figure out a way to get him, because I think he would be really good for this team as far as needing a big body receiver that can go up and get contested catches, somebody that can run after the catch, somebody that can block. Because with this running game that we got, we're going to need somebody that can block. And this is a big guy, 6'4", 235 pounds, just like next Rob Gronkowski. Oh yeah, and by the way, he also has experience in the quarterback position. So, very highly versatile type of guy that the Miami Dolphins definitely should consider drafting. And again, AFC EastieBoys reported that to you first. Reported that a long time ago. That video that I'm showing down below is probably 4 months old. Alright, so now we're still looking at Jamil Adey. Jamil Adey. So during the 2025 NFL season, Jamil Adey served as the cornerback coach for the Buffalo Bills. He was a primary architect of a secondary that led the NFL in passing defense, allowing a league low of 156.9 yards per game. His core responsibilities were player development. Adey was credited with the continued progression of Christian Benford, who emerged as a top cornerback and earned 11 All-Pro votes. His veteran rehabilitation, he guided veteran Tre'Davious White through a successful comeback season, with White starting 16 games and performing at his highest level since 2020. Rookie integration. He was responsible for the development of first-round draft pick Maxwell Hairston. Unit management. Adey managed the cornerback rotation through significant injury turnover, maintaining a unit that ranked 4th in completion percentage allowed and 7th in opponent passer rating. So I honestly think that's secretly a really good stat right there. Secretly really good. Adey managed the cornerback rotation through significant injury turnover, maintaining a unit that ranked 4th in completion percentage allowed at 59.7% and 7th in opponent passer rating at 79.8. That is a sneaky great stat right there. A home run stat. Managed the cornerback rotation through significant injury turnover. Maintaining stability despite injuries, because we all know injuries are going to happen. They happen to every team. That you never know when they're going to happen. They're very unpredictable, but you got to know and you got to trust and you got to believe, Jeff Hafley, I'm talking to you. You got to trust and believe that your coaches are going to be able to handle significant injuries and be able to maintain a unit that ranked 4th in completion percentage allowed and 7th in a passer rating. Takes trust and belief from the head coach, Jeff Hafley, that his coaches under him are going to be able to overcome significant injuries without it hindering play, performance, execution, readiness, timing, all of that. This is a very sneaky, good stat right here for Jamil Adai. I like that. I like that. I like that. And that stat right there, not knowing that before when I gave my grade on him, the first time I gave him, I think it was a D, honestly. Maybe it was a C minus. I'm going to move him up to a B considering he's trained some good players. He's done good things with those players. And this stat right here, being able to navigate a severely injured team successfully, gives him a B, moves him up. I like this. I like that. Bobby Bobbich. How did the Bills defense improve from 2024 to 2025? The Buffalo Bills pass defense saw a dramatic improvement. The Buffalo Bills pass defense saw a dramatic improvement from 2024 to 2025, moving from a unit that allowed 231.6 yards per game in 2024 to becoming the #1 ranked pass defense in the NFL. So again, we went over this with Sean Duggan too, right? Like, what kind of impact did he make when he joined the team? What impact did it have when they left? So here you see it, an immediate impact. The primary driver of this improvement was a significant reduction in total passing yards allowed and air yards per game. Pass defense rank in 2024 they were not ranked #1. In 2025 they were ranked #1, a significant rise. Passing yards allowed per game in 2024, 231.6, and then 156.9. That's a 74.7 yards per game difference. Opponent completion percentage went from a 68.4% in 24 to a 59.7% in 25. That is a 8.7% decrease in opponent completion percentage. Total passing yards allowed went from 3,938 yards to 2,668 yards. That's 1,270 yards less. Turnover margin, they were best in the NFL, and they continued elite level, and they maintained. So, I don't know what else to say to that. I mean, we're breaking down these coaches on the defensive side of the ball, and like all of these guys seem like winners. not only do they seem like winners, they definitely seem tough. They definitely seem like they're going to be able to come in here and trust the process and believe in the process and create a tough winning culture for the Miami Dolphins. A tough winning culture for the Miami Dolphins.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
So who's next on the list, right? We went through Ryan Downard. We went through Al Washington. Went through Jamil Adai. Austin Clark. We keeping him. So how does that make y'all feel, ladies and gentlemen? How does that make y'all feel? Does that get y'all excited? I know it gets me excited. Being stupid now? Is it? Is that what is messing up my... Is this what's messing it up? Oh, yeah. Oh, it is PFS and it's messing it up. We're gonna have to run a different simulator. It looks like we're gonna have to run a different simulator. Oh, it's got two of me now? Oh no, it don't. If y'all know any simulators down in the chat, let me know. Let me know down in the chat. Drop some mock draft simulators that we can run, that I can run off of. PFSN was not agreeing with my computer, so that one is off the table. Give me some names of some other ones that we can use. Some other ones that we can use, preferably one that would allow me to trade players as well. So drop those down in the chat. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, show y'all our year one Although we're working through year 2 now. Video recap. So, and when we come back, we're going to run a mock draft. We're going to run a mock draft, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look up some players. We're going to do some research. And we're going to try and guess what this team's going to look like next year. Looking for guys like Jordan Brooks and Micah Parsons. But we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. If you do go somewhere, go share it with a friend. Oh, by the way, NFL will have their first game in Paris, France in 2026, and New Orleans Saints will be the home team. Jonathan Gannon is the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. Sean McVay and the general manager in the Rams have been extended. A 4.3 magnitude earthquake shook San Francisco at 7:01 a.m. Those were your quick updates from around the league. Like I said, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Some, that's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua, about a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Catndahat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee were the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And then got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score in the second half, and we're going to fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well, not a hard one to call.
I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This was rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed.
Anyways, yeah, so Catndahat here. Goel over there. We gonna break down wildcard weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming this weekend. It's gonna be super exciting. We got some upsets for you.
I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy Catndahat, he boring. Boring.
Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once, just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. we're taking it. With the Browns, the Giants have just been a loser fest, and they're going to continue. 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for
you. Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasies. T. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number 1. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on the first guy. He gets past the first guy. It's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of his injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly.
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
All right, football fans, listen up. Forget the trade deadline, forget the free agency frenzy, because we have the most important piece of NFL news you will hear all season.
I've kind of had the core beliefs which we're going to instill in this football team, into the players and into this organization. And the first one is trust. And a lot of people use that word lightly. I don't. And I think right now in the world we live in, a lot of people are slow to trust. It might be you, it might be the players, and that's all right, because I'm going to earn it. The next thing that I believe in is belief. And I think this is really powerful, because it's a hard world right now where people read stuff, they see stuff, and you'd be surprised on how much insecurity there is with players, with coaches, with everybody. And I'm going to let those players know that I believe in them. And in turn, what you're going to see a group of guys that believe in themselves. And that becomes powerful. Because when they start to believe in themselves and our team starts to connect with each other, then look out. Because you get that connection, and then we want to talk about accountability, then we have accountability. And accountability is love. And it's an extreme level of accountability. And when we build a standard and it starts to become real, the player will start to hold themselves accountable. But that's going to start with me. And the final thing that I'm going to talk to them about every single day is toughness. That's physically, that's mentally, that's everything that we do. And it's a toughness that thrives on competition. And it's a toughness that reflects the people and the spirit of the city of Miami.
Excuse me. Why is it not showing the screen? It's not showing the screen. There it goes. Oh, mock draft. This one's messing with my stream too, damn it. This one's messing with the stream too, damn it. Maybe. Let's keep an eye on it. Round 7. CPU to CPU trades off. We'll leave them on. Alright, and we are drafting. Make a trade. So right now I'm currently working on trading out of 11. I wonder if we can like look at these players profile. Defensive end, edge. Ruben Bain. There's a lot of ads in this fucking site. I like PFSN, man. It was a good site to use, man. This one has so many ads. 6'3", 275. His 40, 472. Tackling 62%. He ranks 93.1 out of 100. Pass rush 95%. Run defense 92%. I gotta find a site that I can do this without all these damn extra ads. Draft projection. He's projected to go in the top 5. He's the #1 overall defensive edge coming out. So, like, he's probably off our radar. So let's go ahead and let's look down to the guys that we could possibly get at 11, right? You have a linebacker, David Bailey. Wide receiver, Carnell Tate. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. Jermod McCoy. Mansour Delane. I don't know why people think Caleb Downs is going to fall to 11. Francis Magoya, rating 89.5. Let's look at his profile. There's people thinking he's going to fall to us at 11, or I don't think so. Very slow. 5'3", 40. 89.5. Pass blocking 89%, run blocking 81%. Draft projection top 5. Built like a refrigerator with legs, his 315-pound frame carries elite muscle density that allows him to absorb contact and redistribute power through defenders at the point of block. Anchor is absolutely ridiculous. Bull rushers hit a brick wall when they engage his chest plate, and he rarely surrenders ground even against the most violent power moves in college football. Hands arrive with bad intentions. His intentional punch lands with concussive force, stunning defenders at first contact and allowing him to dictate the tempo of every rep from the jump. Movement skills defy his size, clocked at nearly 20 miles per hour with a 1.72 second 10-yard split. He reaches the second level with surprising burst and maintains body control through traffic. Run blocking carries a mean streak that shows up play after play. He finishes with defenders on the ground, drives through whistles, and imposes his will in short yardage situations. Double teams becomes destruction projects. When he gets involved, combination blocks generate serious knockback and reset the line of scrimmage consistently. Balance and body control allow him to recover from compromised positions that would leave most big men on the ground. He stays attached through contact at an impressive rate. Technical growth between seasons shows coaching absorption, reduced his sacks allowed from 5 to 1 freshman and sophomore years while cutting penalties nearly in half. His lateral quickness caps out at a good rather than elite. Speed rushers with clean runway can stress his edges, particularly from wide 9 alignments outside the tight end. Mirror ability against sophisticated counter moves remains a work in progress. Extended pass sets expose some limitations in his gravitational pull to the edge. Hand placement wanders outside the frame at times, creating vulnerability to being shed when defenders time their release move properly late in reps. Pad level creeps up during long drives, especially when fatigue sets in. Rising hips compromise his leverage advantage against patient defenders waiting for their moment. Processing complex blitz packages still require refinement. Late loopers and delayed rushers occasionally catch him flat-footed before recognition kicks in. Oh, crap, and I just exited out of it. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much broke it down for you. You can go back to the show from last week. We break down the offensive side of the ball. Now we just broke down the defensive side of the ball for you guys. Basically going through and studying, doing a deep dive on the coaches and their careers and their experience and the types of teams that they develop, the players that they develop. And one thing that I noticed, definitely consistency in having coaches that coached top 10 defenses in multiple categories, having coaches that coached players having all pro seasons, finishing in the top ranks nationally, whether it be college or the NFL level. All of these coaches were coaching teams that were stingy and tough on defense. I want to know y'all's thoughts, though. I really want to know y'all's thoughts on this coaching landscape and the state of the Miami Dolphins. I want to know y'all's thoughts and how y'all feel about this process, right? We feel like it feels, because to me it feels like we're doing it the proper way this time. We tear everything down, all the way down to the foundation, and we're rebuilding it back up. We're not just replacing the roof. We're not ripping a Band-Aid off to put another Band-Aid on. No, we tore all the walls down, all the windows, doors, everything down, all the way down to the foundation. We fixed all the cracks in the foundation. And now we're building the walls back up, being the coaches. I want to know how y'all feel about this process. I want to know y'all's thoughts, y'all's opinions. If you want to jump up here onto the Discord, you're more than welcome. Come up here, share your thoughts, share your opinions. Let's talk about it. Or if you just want to drop the comments down in the comments below, especially if you're coming here afterwards. Drop comments below. Let me know what y'all think about all the stuff that we discussed. Let me know what y'all think about Sean Duggan, Jamil Adai, Ryan Downard, Al Washington, Jordan Brooks, Minka Fitzpatrick. Those are two players that I gave examples of that I feel like really model the type of player that Jeff Hafley's looking for, the type of player that Jeff Hafley is going to build this defense around. Types of players like Jordan Brooks. He said in his interview with Rich Eisen, Jeff Hafley did, he said in his interview with Rich Eisen, I'm looking for players like I'm watching them in the fourth quarter. I want to see how they're playing in the fourth quarter when the game doesn't matter. And you can go back to last year and you can watch Jordan Brooks playing in the fourth quarter of week 17, stretching out, reaching to try and catch that interception. Even though the game didn't matter, the interception wouldn't have mattered. But it's the fact that he still did it, even though it didn't matter. It's the type of guy that Jeff Hafley is going to build this defense around. And I already said it. You heard me say it earlier. Hot take, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Brooks will be the captain of this defense next year. The captain. Not a captain. He will be the captain of the defense next year. You'll also have Micah Parsons here next year, being a captain. You know why? Because Micah Parsons goes the extra mile. He's on the sideline going over film, helping others get better. He's a team player. He's tough. He's physical. We have a reason to be excited, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a reason to be excited as Dolphin fans, even though we know 2026 is not going to be the best year as far as wins and losses goes. But we still have a reason to be excited. And go ahead and smash that like button if you agree with me. Even if you don't agree with me, smash that like button anyways. Because you know it's true. You know it's true.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe
Because it's gonna be
anyways.
exciting to watch this team grow and develop and progress to what it once used to be. This is a historical team. This is a historical team that has a lot of history behind it. At one point, the Miami Dolphins were the winningest team in the NFL. And that undefeated season was something we could brag about. And now it just seems like something that we hold on to. Right? It's hard to sit here, even having an undefeated season. It's hard to sit here and use that as your anchor when it's your only anchor. We're not the winningest team in the NFL no more. We used to be. Not anymore. We don't have a smash mouth defense that wreaks havoc on the quarterback and forces turnovers. We can't sit here and talk shit. We don't have an offense that's out there lighting it up, scoring points every time they get their hands on the ball. We don't have that. We can't sit here, that undefeated, that perfect season, can't brag about it no more. We can't brag about it no more. Instead it's just a crutch that we use. Hey, what's up, Commissary? Appreciate you stopping by. You'll have to go back and check it out. We did our deep dive. We did our deep dive on all our defensive coaches. I tried to put a mock draft together, but for some reason the PFSN didn't want to work with my computer, and it was starting to lag up my computer. So I'm going to have to look into another mock draft simulator that I can work with my computer. That will work with my computer. Frozen Fin Fan, what's good, my guy? Triple F in the building. Make sure you go check out Frozen Fin Fan. He's another great Miami Dolphins content creator. I wish our time zones worked out a little bit better. It would have been great to have you here while we were going through the coaches. It would have been great to have your opinion and your thoughts on what this team's going to look like, because I did a deep dive. I did a deep dive on the coaches that we have. And Frozen Fin Fan, I gotta tell you, bro, it gets me excited, right? Because Jeff Hafley said there were 3 principles that we were gonna build this team on. 3 principles that we were gonna build this team on, right? Trust, belief, and toughness. And I think with the coaches that he hired, at least on the defensive side of the ball, really exemplify all 3 of those core beliefs. And I broke it down, Frozen Fin Fan, so you're definitely going to have to go back and check it out. It's definitely worth the watch. I know it's a little long, but it's definitely worth the watch.
I've kind of had the core beliefs which we're going to instill in this football team, into the players, and into this organization. And the first one is trust. And a lot of people use that word lightly. I don't. And I think right now in the world we live in, a lot of people are slow to trust. It might be you, it might be the players. And that's all right, because I'm going to earn it. The next thing that I believe in is belief. And I think this is really powerful, because it's a hard world right now where people read stuff, they see stuff, and you'd be surprised on how much insecurity there is with players, with coaches, with everybody. And I'm going to let those players know that I believe in them. And in turn, what you're going to see a group of guys that believe in themselves. And that becomes powerful. Because when they start to believe in themselves and our team starts to connect with each other, then look out. Because you get that connection, and then we want to talk about accountability, then we have accountability. And accountability is love. And it's an extreme level of accountability. And when we build a standard and it starts to become real, the player will start to hold themselves accountable. But that's going to start with me. And the final thing that I'm going to talk to them about every single day is toughness.
Before you go, Frozen Fin
That's
Fan.
physically, that's mentally, that's everything that we do. And it's a toughness that thrives on competition. And it's a toughness that reflects the people and the spirit of the city of Miami.
Before you head out, Frozen, go head over to my profile page and check out the Discord link. you should check it out. I think it'll be something that helps you too for your channel. Because I'm pretty sure you use StreamYard, right? And I know that StreamYard does cost some money, and I don't know your situation if you care about it or not, but Discord does give you the opportunity to do the same things you do with StreamYard, and it's completely free. It also allows you to build a community for your community, for your YouTube community. It allows them a place to go and hang out outside of YouTube, so you'll be able to collect your community there just like I'm doing. So head over to that profile page, click that Discord link, and check it out, Frozen. Because like I said, I think it'll help you out for your channel as well. And plus, if you ever wanted to jump up here and talk and shoot shit with me on my show, that's how it would happen. It's also how you guys, ladies and gentlemen, can win any of our giveaways. You got to be plugged into the Discord so that we could find you guys and be able to get your winnings out to you. If Coach Hafley will stand by his beliefs, this team is in good hands. And I feel the same way, Colasari. I'm 100% on board with that. And to make a long video short, the defensive side of the ball, the guys that I went through, I did a deep dive on the coaches. I through their careers, the type of defenses that they were doing, the accomplishments of what they did when they were there, and how it affected the team after they left. And all these hires on the defensive side really exemplify all three of those core beliefs from Jeff Hafley, and I think we're in good hands. And we definitely have something to look forward to, because this defense is going to be tough, stingy, and resilient. We may not have the big names early on from the early 90s defense, but we're going to have players that play like the early 90s defense, and we're going to be able to be excited again. And I'm excited for it. But yes, we're about to hop off here. Don't forget, we got the DCC going on. They accept donations all the way through March, but the 5K is later this month on February 28th. It's going to be Saturday, February 28th. Me and my family going to head down there, and we're going to do the 5K. We're going to have a good time. We were there last year. Me and my daughter was. We had a pretty good time. But we're accepting donations all the way through March. No donations too big or too small to help with cancer research. 100% of the donation goes to cancer research, and it is tax deductible. The DCC has done a great job in the 16 years so far that they've been doing the DCC. This is their 16th year. They're looking to raise $100 million since year one. So congratulations to the Miami Dolphins in raising so much money for cancer research. And, you know, these are some of the things that you can thank Stephen Ross for. Even though it was Chris Perkins who originally started the DCC, Stephen Ross still keeps it going. And Stephen Ross gave the okay for it. So, yeah, as bad as Stephen Ross is, he still has his things that he's good for. And he's a money guy. He needs to keep it like that. And that's why we can be proud of the move that he made by going and getting the advice of Troy Aikman, knowing that Ross isn't a football guy. So why make football decisions? You've been making football decisions, and you see where it's gotten us. Hasn't gotten us nowhere. So he took a step. He looked in the mirror and realized he wasn't the guy to take this team to a championship. That he needed to go find a guy that can help him. And he did. He went and found the help of Troy Aikman. And Troy Aikman came in here, advised him towards Sully, advised him towards Hafley. And now here we are, completely rebuilding the Miami Dolphins to bring them back to greatness on a foundation that is going to be built off trust, belief, and toughness. Man, I can't wait. Man, I can't wait. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. For every $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys raise for cancer research, my ass will be running a mile per $500. We're less than $25 away from our first $500. So go ahead, go make a donation and make my ass sweat. Another 500 milestone that we got going on here at the AFC Eastie Boys. We got this bad boy right here. It's Mike Gesicki autograph photo we giving out once we reach 500 subscribers. This is going out to one of you lucky fans. Obviously, you got to be subscribed. And yeah, people do need to give Roth some credit. He's done some things. Like he's making the Miami Dolphins, he's making Hard Rock Stadium a place where people do want to come to. I give him that, right? Yeah, being a season ticket member, it's been hell dealing with parking with the F1 track and everything. But at the same time, like, he's bringing money and fame back to Miami. So I totally dig it. I totally dig it. But like I was saying, yes, the AFC Eastie Boys have been first on the scene for a lot of things this year. We were the first ones to let you know that Mike McDaniel was not going to be here next year. We told you exactly when he was going to get fired. I told you exactly when he was going to get fired. I put the video out the night before, giving you guys the heads up. You know why I knew that? Because AFC Eastie Boys are also the ones that were out there interviewing Tyreek Hill. We got the scoop from Tyreek Hill. We got Tyreek Hill to say all kinds of stuff. We told y'all Darrell Bevell needed to go. We told y'all last year Bobby Slowick was the one that needed to be elevated to offensive coordinator to be calling these plays over here after what he did with the rookie sensation CJ Stroud and rookie head coach DeMeco Ryans. We told y'all Sean Duggan was going to get hired in as our defensive coordinator way before anyone else. They just had to wait on Anthony Weaver to not get accepted to any jobs. We told you that Anthony Weaver wasn't going to get accepted. And I get it. I understand why there's other people out there that get to claim this stuff first. Because they're seen first. And we're new. We're fresh. So I get it. That's why I need y'all's help to get us out there. Get the word out there. Because AFC Eastie Boys, we going to be first on the scene for you. we going to keep it real. Like I said, 2026 is not going to be pretty, ladies and gentlemen. I can keep it 100% real with you and let you know that it's not going to be pretty. But at the same time, we could still be happy as Dolphin fans knowing that we're doing it right this time. We are doing it right this time. We don't flip-flop. We may change our mind. You can get me to change my mind, but I'm not just going to flip-flop for the click clocks. No, TikTok, I don't care. I want you to get 100% transparent information so that you can take it and you can come to your own consensus. We're doing a great job. We've been moving up pretty quickly. Who are we drafting? I tried to do a mock draft, Joe. I really did. I tried to do one, but it wasn't working with my computer. So I need to find a program that I can run a mock draft that will run with my streaming program, because it started to lag and started to drift off. But I would like for us to draft Eli Stowers. I'm really high on Eli Stowers, tight end, and I feel like we can get him pretty late. We don't have to get him high. I feel like we can get him pretty late. But what I do feel like this is one of the things that I'm going to be looking towards Sully for, is I feel like we can trade out of 11 and gain extra picks in the 2026 draft. trade out of the first round, grab a couple extra late round picks, and give us more players to grab, to draft, build, and develop. Yeah, depending on who's on the board, we definitely should trade down. Like, if that one guy is on the board, what was his name? Alafanu, I was looking at him, the guy from Miami, the offensive lineman. If he's there, we'd be dumb not to grab him, right? He checks all the boxes. Yes, he has things that he needs to work on, but for as far as what we need on offensive line and the type of players that Jeff Hafley is looking to put on this team, I think he checks all those boxes. And I don't know if you heard it or not, but Joe Rist, I already got a hot take going on. Jordan Brooks will be here next year, and he will be the captain of the Miami Dolphins defense. He's the prime example of the type of player that Jeff Hafley is looking for. When Jeff Hafley was on the Rich Eisen show, he stated that he's looking for the types of players that put it all on the line. He's watching them in the fourth quarter when the game doesn't matter. That's the type of players he's looking for. He's looking for leaders in the locker room, people who look out for other players on the team. Jordan Brooks is the epitome of that. Was Jordan Brooks not stretching himself out for interceptions in week 17 in the fourth quarter when the game didn't matter? The Miami Dolphins season had already been over for weeks, but he's still out there putting his body on the line for the team. That's the type of guy that Jeff Hafley is going to build this defense around. He's going to be the captain of the defense next year. Go ahead and clip that so that we can address it again in 6 months. Who exactly are we drafting, though, Joe? I can't tell you. I haven't had enough time yet to go over guys. There was a guy I was going to look up that I saw while I was going through the coaches. Steel Chambers. He's a linebacker, and he should be either entering the draft this year or next year. But he had already had time with Al Washington. Had trained him. He had already worked with Al Washington, so that was a guy I was going to look into because he should be entering the draft in the next couple of years. And if he had already worked with Al Washington, it probably would make sense for him to end up in Miami if he falls in the right place. So that's a guy I'm going to look at. I had a couple other guys. Joe, go onto our post section, and you'll see my first mock draft that I already did. I already did one mock draft. Let me know what you think about that one. I did a lot of research when I did that mock draft. I was going through looking at players, looking at their profiles, and pretty much trying to guess if they were the right fit. This was before the Rich Eisen Jeff Hafley interview, though. So some of those names... Steel Chambers sounds like a porn star name. It kind of does. It really does. You're spot on with that for sure. Actually, Joe Rist, I don't think we're gonna be replacing Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill will be here next year. We'll know for sure on March 18th, right? We'll know for sure on March 18th because if he's still on the team March 18th, we owe him $11.8 million. But in my interview with Tyreek Hill a couple weeks ago, before Mike McDaniel got fired, he expressed, and he wasn't even asked this part, he expressed how he wants to stay in Miami. I did ask him if he was willing to restructure to stay in Miami. His first immediate response was yes, whatever it takes. And then his brain kicked in and realized he was being recorded, said, well, I haven't had that conversation with my family yet. Shortly after Sully gets hired, he's in an interview and expresses interest of restructuring Tyreek Hill's contract as well. So both parties have already mentioned restructuring in order to make it work. So now it's just a matter of them getting on the same page and figuring out how to make it work through this cap hell. That's the key. Chubb, yeah, he can go. I don't think he fits the mold of what these guys are looking for. Al Washington, our linebacker coach, I don't think he fits the mold. Again, you'll have to go back and watch the video on the on the coaching. Like I said, I did a deep dive on the coaching. It'll give you a good idea of what kind of players these guys are going to be bringing in here. They're going to be bringing in big, physical, tough guys. Hopefully they can find speed, though, and mix it with speed. Steel,
sir.
See, the good thing for me is I don't have to go in the car pickup line today. What's up, bud? What?
Not much.
All right, I'll be out in a minute.
I'm still giving a little man the peace signs.
Say peace. I'll be right back. Talk to him for a second. I gotta go see what he wants.
No worries, no worries. We out here living the dream, getting ready to pick up our kid. Then we're heading to the UPS store and the post office. Gotta get out those Charlie's Choice collection items that you guys want. Same day shipping today. Happy customers. We love them. On the bright side, the NFL season is almost over. There's one more game, and we all know what it is. We're not going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about it later. We're going to talk about it Saturday, when all the details are in. It's exciting. Imagine being the San Francisco 49ers right now, though. Just like the Patriots are in the Super Bowl again, and the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl again, and they're playing in our stadium. We could have been playing in our stadium for the Super Bowl, like Miami did. The Hurricanes. They didn't win. That's okay. Better luck next year. But that's all good. It's all good. We're going to see. This next season is going to be big.
No, I did not.
I stole something of the T-Rexes. It's baby.
Not even a little?
Not even a little. Talking about the Senior Bowl. Why you look so tired,
Senior
man?
Bowl?
You had a nap today, bro. You shouldn't be so tired. I'll give you some
I
of my
know, I
energy.
shouldn't be. I could use some, man.
I stole something of the T-Rexes.
It took a lot out of me.
It's baby.
I had to get to the storage unit and find all the stuff and get it all packaged up. Got it all packaged up now, but I was stressing for a hot minute. I was like, oh no, there's one more item. I can't find it. Where is it? Just goes to show, inventory will always save your day.
100% right there.
Knowing where the things are once they sell is like the hottest pot. But we found it, and we're getting it out today after we pick up little man from school.
Nice. But yeah.
Yeah, he's learning all about the postal system.
Yeah, I got Caden over here teaching me about dinosaurs at the moment.
Dinosaurs are always a good thing to learn about, man. Archaeology is a real subject.
Yeah, he's gonna be a
It's tedious.
He's gonna be a paleontologist one day for sure. I just hope that he does something. I just hope he does something that makes him money before that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be funding his paleontology expeditions. Like, oh, Dad, I need to go to Egypt and dig up this mountain. I need $20,000 to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You better go find you a donor.
It's gonna be
or
more than
something.
that.
Yeah, for real. So you better
It's
go.
gonna be more than that. You need to go work for a museum.
For real. Then you'll have them send you there.
You just get to hang out with all the dinosaur bones.
Each fossil.
Honestly, where you should take him one time is in California. They have the La Brea Tar Pits Museum, and it's literally a museum built on top of the original tar pits out in California, where mastodons and saber-tooth tigers and all these dinosaur bones have been found out in California.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, I want to get $3 billion each fossil I dig up.
That sounds great.
Sounds amazing.
Where's he gonna dig them?
I don't know. I think they've all been dug up already.
Nah, there's more. There's more. You just got to get down in there.
Probably super deep, yeah. Super duper deep. So you're what? You're heading to the post office after that? What are your plans after that?
Post office, the UPS store, and then I'm not sure. It's a nice day out now. About 54 degrees outside. Still not Florida, but hey.
It's warmed up enough, and the sun's out, so it's like it feels like 60 something. And
yeah, the sun's got a nice little buzz to it.
Compared to what it was this morning, it's nice. It was freaking freezing these last couple days.
Bro, there was literal frost on the roof of my car.
I had to throw an extra heater in my pond, man. They were in cryostasis.
Oh yeah, I bet.
My poor fishies were in cryostasis, man.
Like,
pretty much.
Looking like Jack from the Titanic.
Pretty much. Barely breathing. I felt like a bad fish dad. But I saved them. They're good.
So, okay. So you didn't know it was gonna drop that low.
Yeah, we live in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. This is not normal for Florida, even for a Florida winter. So don't call the AFCEASTIBOYS on us.
It's a literal freak snowstorm that has blown across the country.
Fucked with everybody. I didn't get to use that joke on my kids this morning, though. Like, was it you that we were talking about it, where it was like, there's no school today, but I told my kids
no day.
I told my kids they could skip school if they clean the house.
They clean the house. That's a clutch one. I didn't even think about trying to use that today because it was cold this morning. But I just bundled my little dude up and said, "All right, buddy, time to go."
Yeah, if not, you wouldn't have been able to take that nap. That's for sure.
No, there would not have been a nap in my future.
Come investigate him.
All right. Well, I've been going.
You're gonna investigate him.
Yeah, I've been going at this for 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Let the boys and girls out there know where they can find all the goodies that you're about to be shipping off. Let them know some of the things they might be able to find. Let them know where they can find the link.
You're gonna find those on Charlie's Choice Collectibles on Mercari. Link in the description below. I'll drop that off or in the comments actually. I'll drop that off as soon as I get done with this here commercial. And you can also find the link on our page, on our YouTube page, AFC Eastie Boys at Charlie's Choice Collectibles.
Lots of good stuff you guys can find on there. Lots of good stuff you guys can find on there. It's for NFL fans, non-NFL fans. I like to call it the sporty nerd shop. stuff you're not going to find at your normal store. Like I said, he goes and he handpicks all of these collectible cool items for you guys. And why I say sporty nerd stuff, because you can find stuff for sports and you can find stuff for nerds. Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, Harry Potter, comics.
It's like an online thrift store. You never know what treasure you're gonna come across when you scroll through Charlie's Choice Collectibles.
Yeah, definitely a great place to go check out. He's showing off some of the cool backpacks he has in stock right now for
Got
you
some
guys.
backpacks.
Come on.
Also,
The back to school backpack for next year.
Also, don't forget DCC's going on. If you can, go make a donation. Less than $25 away from our first $500. Our first mile a day per $500. So make me sweat. I still got about a month to go until the DCC is underway. 500 follower giveaway. Once we hit it, we got that Mike Gesicki. I've already talked about it quite a few. You got to join the Discord though if you want to be a winner. If you want to be a winner chicken dinner. And that's also how you get up here and you talk with and bullshit with the AFC Eastie Boys. 24/7 access. And don't worry, the AFC Eastie Boys are going to keep coming at you with the first on scene breaking news. We're going to be bringing you we got lots of Jets updates going to be coming soon from this guy right here. Right?
Dad.
We got lots of Jets updates. We're going to have lots of Dolphin updates coming up for you guys. We're going to try and figure out a site where we can do some mock drafts. So make sure y'all, if y'all haven't already, smash that subscribe button and go share. And we'll catch all of y'all next time. Until then, peace out.
Boys, peace out.